Oh, you can't make me choose.
Igo by Toyota sponsors T4.
Fuck me, Lee Ryan's 13.
I remember we couldn't remember the word for table.
This is Your Welcome America, the podcast that explains what the bloody hell Brits are banging on about.
In every episode, we translate British pop culture for America.
And American pop culture for Britain.
You're welcome. I am Ben.
I'm Frazer.
Frazer like Razor.
And I'm Laura.
Oh, she's still here.
Frazer like Razor's mum.
Mama Razor.
Yeah.
She's a Venus Razor.
And if...
I'm a Venus. She's a Lady Razor.
And, if you haven't listened to our Drag Race finale episode, Laura's back. And she's been here for quite some time.
Still here.
Only 2 weeks. Not even that.
I was just barking at her before we started recording because she was trying to gently lift up her gin and tonic even though we were recording.
Well,
so,
speaking of, cheers everyone.
Yeah, we're recording after
Cheers,
dark.
everyone.
Cheers.
Well, it gets dark awfully early these days. Should we talk about the cold?
Let's talk about Laura's visit, shall we? We're actually recording at the tail end of this visit, so we've got quite a few bits and pieces under our belt that have happened.
Okay, well, let's talk about DVT.
Let's start at the beginning. Laura arrived and
Let's start at the very beginning.
Tell us your story. What happened at the beginning of the trip, Mum? And feel free to talk into
The
the
very
microphone.
beginning of the trip was a really bad flight because it was so cramped.
Yeah.
And I'm short and it was ridiculous. Very.
Hopefully they're listening and they'll do something
I
about
hope
that.
so. It's British Airways.
Oh.
Yeah, go on. And then what happened when you arrived?
What day was it? Day 2 or 3?
Oh, God.
I can't remember.
Doesn't matter.
I had a pain in my calf. Mm-hmm. And I've never had it there before. And I couldn't straighten my leg when I stood up. And it hurt to touch. Mm-hmm. And I was worried because I'd had such a long, cramped flight that I could hardly move my legs on.
British Airways.
Yes. And I thought I might have a DVT, so I thought I need to get
A
it checked.
DVT.
A DVT. Deep vein
A
thrombosis.
deep vein thrombosis.
Yes.
And deep vein thrombosis.
And yeah. Well, that was what I told you, but really it's because I wanted to go to an ER because I've only ever seen them on American programs.
Let's start at the beginning of that trip. We went to the urgent care in Silver Lake. Walked down there. Mum didn't bring any ID with her. She decided that she didn't need ID.
How was the walk down
I
there
forgot.
with your deep vein thrombosis?
No, I
How
read
was the
that
walk?
if it was that, it's good to walk.
Okay.
Yeah, and then...
So I limped there.
Yeah, Mum was inside. I was waiting outside. She came out and said, "Oh, I don't have ID." And then she said, "Oh, well, will you take a photo of me?" And I said, "What?" She said, "Oh, take a photo of me." And I said, "What for?" She said, "She needs a photo of me, and then I can go in." And I said, "I think they asked you for photo ID. Not a photo of me."
Yeah.
I was like,
I was serious.
when
Isn't
someone
that
asks
awful?
for your ID, you don't show them a picture of yourself that you've just taken.
The difference between here and the UK is you rarely need your ID. You don't even
That
give
is-
it a thought.
That's true.
That is
You
true.
don't need it to buy alcohol because it's very obvious that you're over 18.
But how many times have you been here?
And
Okay. Anyway, let's not...
I've been alive longer than I've ever been coming here.
So what happened next?
Let's not linger on that. So at the urgent care, they said, well, because you had that long flight, it's a concern. So I want to make sure that you at least get the kind of, what's it called, ultrasound to make sure that the blood is flowing and it's not clotted like DVT. So we had to go to an emergency room.
Britain's best-loved drama returns. Casualty starts next Saturday at 8:05 on BBC One.
Translation A&E.
A&E.
Glendale. That was her recommendation.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Teddy drove us to the Glendale emergency room. She disappeared in there for a while. It was a lovely hospital.
Glendale.
I have to say, not having an ER open just to every Tom, Dick or Harry really does change the game. It was very peaceful, very lovely. She got seen. She doesn't have DVT.
Drew, are you taking the piss?
Now, insurance. Who's paying for this and how?
Travel insurance.
Sweet, you didn't have to pay anything up front.
Absolutely not.
I had to do a lot of phone calls with a person on the American
Because you
end.
had to ring
+4.
him.
No, it was an American person who dealt with it.
Otherwise, I would have done it.
It was actually very. They were very nice and talked us through the whole thing.
That's surprising.
Anyway, so yeah, she doesn't have DVT. We spent an entire, basically a day and an evening
But that's
dealing
good.
with
That
that.
was something to do.
Good to check.
Something
Good to
to
check.
do.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Let's
And then obviously,
start it off.
the obvious answer would be that when Mum was walking around that day, she must have just maybe pulled a muscle, but she absolutely will not accept that as a
won't.
possibility. And that's because, do you want to know why that is?
Why?
Because she's never pulled a muscle before.
To be fair, if you've never pulled a muscle before, when you do pull a muscle, it's quite alarming because it feels like an alien has taken over your body. Or
Well,
something.
I'm just... you're,
But it's also like
also doesn't make sense logically, because that's like...
never pulled a muscle before.
Right, that's like
Well,
saying I've never broken my leg before.
Let
Well,
me
you still
just
might
say,
have done.
they didn't diagnose it as a pulled muscle.
Well, they didn't diagnose it with anything
No, they
apart from
didn't.
not DVT.
Yeah, exactly, which was the only thing I wanted. That's why I went. If I'd have had that happen and I hadn't flown, I certainly wouldn't have wasted a day of my time.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
also because you're of a generation that, could have your arm falling off and you'd be like, oh, I don't want to bother anyone.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
But
anyway.
I came home and put an ice pack on it, and then the next morning when I got up, it had gone.
And there we go, guys. It's time for me to get in bed. This has been fun.
So it couldn't be a pulled muscle. No way. It wouldn't have gone overnight.
Sounds like it wasn't real.
Speaking of sore
Psychosomatic?
legs,
Yeah, sore legs, go on.
Let me tell you something. I'm obviously an athlete these
Oh,
days because
God.
I did do high rocks.
Yes.
Go on
I
then.
did my athlete competition, my high rocks competition last week with my partner Jim. I'm 39 years old. Jim is 61. We did it on the Saturday. We got through it. He had some knee issues. Fine. On Sunday was the gym holiday brunch at the gym. Jim. And my partner Jim walked in with a cane.
Oh, shit.
And he's been in a cane all week. Yes,
Ooh.
we have destroyed Jim.
That's
Yeah.
rough.
He's had it scanned as well, whatever, and he's going to be fine. But yeah, a lot of leg issues
Yeah,
going
talk to
on
Jim
this
about your
time
leg
of
issues.
year.
Yeah, I should have met up with him.
Yeah,
Yeah. Is he single?
he's not.
Oh, sorry, Mum.
What else have you been up to?
What else have we been up to?
We went to Palm Springs for the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Had a lovely
Oh, yeah,
time in
that
Palm
was
Springs.
really nice.
Stayed in quite a house and a half, didn't we?
Yeah,
Have
we
you been there
did.
before?
Yeah. Good
Although
outdoor space.
I've never experienced a hot tub quite like the one at that house.
It was very hot.
It
Kind
was
of nuclear.
It didn't feel like hot water was being like lightly bubbled in. It felt like scalding like kettle water was
There was
coming
no
coming
monitoring.
through the pipes
You
to
couldn't
like
have
kill
had,
you.
no monitoring whatsoever. It was boiling.
That's also expensive.
Yeah. Well, they were very funny about how long you leave it on for, so maybe that's why.
Well, yeah, but like heating pools and stuff in this state, California, it's very expensive. Oh, speaking of, just a quick update on all the gyms in Glasgow, including Gym, the Nuffield and even the expensive gyms in Glasgow. They still haven't turned on the heating in the jacuzzis and they've boarded them up. So that's still going on.
Why?
And-
Because they can't afford to heat them.
Well, I think cost of living. Yeah, but I do think that they've now realised they can just get away with it, so they're just not turning them back on. Okay, so you had Palm Springs.
We had a lovely time in Palm Springs.
We did.
What I will tell you about is our first night in that hot tub. Mum and Bordeaux both drank more than their life could have. The two of them were really shooting the shit in that hot tub. It was a real blind leading the blind conversation.
Wasn't it?
We all felt a little ropey on Saturday. I fared the best out of the three of us, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. I was silently not okay.
The one feature I loved of this house, I think we told you about this when we had dinner the other day, but as well as that boiling hot water in the hot tub, inexplicably the toilet in Mum's ensuite was boiling hot.
Yeah.
So literally the water
bubbling.
inside of the toilet was like it was almost like a hot springs.
That's the first time I've ever had bubble wee. That's not to be going in there. The actual seat was hot. And I
Yeah.
thought it was a heated seat.
It did.
But it wasn't.
I will say I did sit on it and it did feel nice.
Yeah, it did actually,
It felt
but
like
it
you were
was
getting
wet.
lightly steamed.
The seat was wet all the time.
Those are some big things we've done. On a small, update of what's been going on. This morning, I woke up to quite the commotion. Mum was flitting around. I was just trying to make my coffee and have a quiet moment. iPads are pinging, phones are ringing. Mum is calling back home to my dad, who's staying with my grandma in their house. And I heard this conversation. Well, first of all, I was just trying to, live my life. And I just heard, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Felix, no, you've got it on mute. You've got it on mute. So Dad had his phone on mute in Aldi, so he couldn't hear what Mum, he couldn't speak to Mum.
Aldi.
He was in Aldi, yes. Then she finally gets through to him, and this is what I hear. Felix, a lady called Paula from Facebook Marketplace is coming over because she could pick up those chandeliers that I took out of the room. So they're actually in the second shed on top of the tumble dryer. And then I heard that about 20 different times. And I just was flummoxed by the whole thing. Paula, Facebook Marketplace, chandelier.
Shed.
Second shed.
Second shed.
Forgot I thought that they had two. I was like, oh, how funny. I remember you have two sheds. Turns out there's three of them. Three sheds.
So the tumble dryer
Is in a shed
Where's the washing machine?
in the house.
Okay. If you need to go dry something though, you nip
But
out.
I rarely use it.
Yeah.
It's not very British to use your tumble dryer, is
No,
it?
I
Just
don't really need
bung
it.
it on the line.
I'm surprised you don't have a really awful washer tumble mix thing. You know, what are those called?
Oh, like the combo.
The combos that never work.
Never had one of those.
Yeah, they don't work.
You've got ever so lot of space in the garden for the line. You've got a lovely washing line that spins around and some...
And one that goes
and-
across.
Oh, in the summer.
double whammy.
Oh, it's raining. It's raining. Gotta go. Just leave it.
A lot of my childhood was running out there with Mum and throwing with the peg bag.
It was, wasn't it? I got
Throwing those-
accosted once in our garden when we lived in Norfolk years ago.
Speaking
I
to the
was hanging
microphone.
out the washing in our garden, back garden, and Jehovah Witnesses came in. They came in the garden to speak to me while I was pegging washing on the line.
So what did you do?
I just told
She
them to go
converted.
away.
That's how I grew up a Jehovah's Witness. After that moment, she saw the
I
light,
said you're trespassing.
threw that peg bag at them.
Pegged their lips.
Yesterday I had a bath and I ate a whole giant bag of salt and vinegar pop chips. Because I texted you yesterday I was really craving fish and
Rubbish.
chips.
Yeah.
Oh.
Really craving fish and chips. And then in the supermarket I saw, you nenever see salt and vinegar pop chips.
No, they've disappeared.
Yeah. So my whole mouth today has been raw.
Burned.
Yeah, burned and raw. It's fun though.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
It's a lot to eat. Were you exercising while you were laying there as you were eating them?
No, I exercised in the morning though. No, I was in the bath.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So, just real quick, we still don't know in real time if Paula came for the chandeliers, do we?
It's tomorrow.
Oh, it's
well,
tomorrow.
it's out. It's now there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just doing a quick real-time update. It's actually turns out her name was Dawn from Facebook Marketplace, and I was calling her Paula. What happened with the chandeliers?
Well, she didn't go and collect them because I got a message from her to say, I'm very sorry, but I've spent the night and the day in hospital. So that was the last I heard.
So Dawn might be dead.
Where are these chandeliers from and what are they like?
Yeah.
They were there when I bought the house.
Right.
So not my choice. They weren't horrible, but they're not my choice.
I doubt that.
There were two in a big room, and I've replaced them.
With?
I don't know how to explain them. They're LED orchids.
Oh my God, that sounds so awful.
LED orchids.
That I don't even understand what that means. I'm picturing, do you remember when you used to get those flowers that lit up, like the blue ones? They were those really cheap, people had those really cheap tacky,
I
they
don't
were
know those.
like fiber optic. They had the little things on the end.
yeah.
I'm
No,
picturing
these
one of
are
them
flat
hanging
to
down.
the ceiling. I'll show you. They're really nice.
LED?
Are they? I will show you.
You also never
I've never
described
put them
the
on because they
chandeliers.
are so fierce that I wouldn't want them
You
on,
also,
really.
you
They're
didn't
just for
describe the
show.
chandeliers. What did they look like?
Glass? Glass chandeliers.
Okay, great. Well, that's...
I'll show you pictures.
we desperately need to see these LED orchids.
Yeah, the LED
They sound
orchids.
horrific.
Don't prejudge until you've seen a picture. Then you can give an opinion, but not before.
I think you can prejudge a little bit based on the term LED
Well, they're
orchid.
probably not orchids, but anyway, that's beside the point.
LED orchids that are flush to the ceiling and too bright to turn on.
Yes, it's true, actually.
I tell you what, Laura's bought a bit of business.
What?
Do you want to do your own jingle for it? Laura's business? Sing something, I'll put some music to it.
Laura's business.
That was excellent.
That was fantastic.
Now, bearing in mind, I've already had some pickled onion Monster Munch. I've had some mint matchsticks.
Oh, she's
I've
going.
Had,
Okay.
I'll go.
What
All
else
right.
have I had since I've got here? I had some some Lee and Perrins crinkle cut crisps.
Did you have those mini cheddars as well, the red Leicester flavour?
No, that sounds very intense.
You're taking a bag of them for the road. There.
I don't think there's any left. You took 2 out today.
I don't think Ben is going to want to drink any wine, Mum.
Oh.
He doesn't really like wine.
I'm not really a wine drinker, though.
But we'll still bring it over and we'll do the business.
Okay.
Laura's business.
Speak.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant pour. I can't do both at the same time. I'm a woman.
Go on.
I'll take this back. I bought some wine. I went to a wine tasting evening.
Where?
And, it's a local vineyard in Norfolk, which I didn't know about, called Chet Valley.
Okay.
And it was a fantastic 3-course meal with wines.
Okay.
By Chet Valley.
Uh-huh.
And it's a family-run business.
How much did you pay for that meal? 3-course meal with wine?
I didn't. I was treated by my gay osteopath friend.
What's their name?
Nigel.
Nigel, the gay osteopath.
Unexpected name. That really got you,
I
didn't it,
took
Ben?
my
Nigel.
mum to see an osteopath that was recommended.
God.
Yeah, Nige.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his alternative.
Because he's
Because
gay.
he's gay.
No,
Alternative lifestyle.
absolutely not. Because he is alternative. He's been to Brazil about 19 times to that.
Nothing more alternative than going to Brazil.
Yeah.
No,
sex
not to
tourism.
Brazil to do with hallucinogenics, but he's never
Oh,
taken a drug.
ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca.
Yeah, he's never taken drugs. It's not the.
Okay.
But we just got on really well, and we've been out a couple of times.
This is a really long-winded part of Laura's business. Can we get back on track?
Laura's business.
Okay, so the
Anyway,
wine,
I thought I would bring a bottle of this.
which is a very lovely gesture.
Yeah, because I wanted to see if we could find something that was equivalent
Okay.
from here as to this type of business, because it's a family-run business. and
Okay.
She's bringing her own "You're Welcome America"
Yes.
item, which is
Yes.
what is the Los Angeles equivalent of Chet Valley local winery in Norfolk? And we discovered it was
Malibu.
This is your business, and you didn't.
Laura's business. Malibu.
No, I'll look. It's
family
fine.
run.
Stop talking.
Laura's. Actually, I read all about that today.
Yeah,
and it was when they bought it. It was it was an avocado farm.
Mum, this has got to be a lot tighter than this. It's called Malibu Wines, and that's the equivalent of this lovely wine that you bought. You said this is the most expensive bottle of wine you've ever bought,
It
which
is.
Ben
Okay,
is refusing to drink. So what is it?
No, I didn't want him to drink it. I want you to
Okay,
sip it
I'll
and see what you even think of it.
Oh, it's
It
got quite a
has-
strong whiff, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has flavours of lemon, quince, rose petal, elderflower, and lychee.
I mean, all those things sound nice. I'm not a big white wine drinker.
Neither am I.
I think this is nice. I've been drinking this.
I'm
so far.
not
It's
a
really
white
nice.
wine drinker.
Okay, now price. Let's talk about price per bottle here. This is genuinely the most expensive bottle of wine you've ever
Genuinely,
drunk.
yes.
Okay, I'm going to guess 32.
30.
30.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Can I have some more, please? Can you
I don't know.
She keeps on winking at me over here.
I know.
tell you.
Well, I'll guess I'll play out that with your sting again.
But
Don't
it's
worry, I'll
different,
make it.
isn't it? Laura's business.
There's nothing more I'm a parent than saying, oh, that's a bit different. That's
Very
different.
Kath and Kim. Yeah. It's nice. It's unusual. It's
Unusual.
different. It's great. Much like my other thing that I love that Mum says, where she says things very modern. Very modern haircut.
Do I have a modern haircut?
You have a better one than last year.
God, she's had a sip of her bloody Norfolk wine and here she goes.
I even said it. I like your hair. I think it looks very nice.
Thanks. I don't even remember what my hair was like last year.
It was more mullet.
you had more of a grown-out
And
mullet
a
last
mullet
year.
for me is 70s footballers.
Can I just request one more time that you do speak into the microphone? Like, you're leaning further and further away from it every time you start talking.
Okay.
We should tell our listeners that normally in the episode we discuss a UK topic, discuss, dissect, work out the US equivalent. Then we do a US topic and we do the same, work out the UK equivalent. Things have already gone awry.
Laura.
Well, our main piece of feedback is quite terrifying from our Day of the Dead and Great Yarmouth episode, where we had discussed quite disparagingly about the owner and CEO of Oaxaca restaurant.
Oh, Thomasina.
Thomasina. Turns out that in our promo for it, we got a little emoji reply from Oaxaca. I don't think they listened to the episode, but they certainly loved that we tagged them in something.
Yeah, they definitely hadn't listened.
Because, I think if they had listened, we might be facing a kind of slander lawsuit.
Do you think they're doing like Christmas tacos at Oaxaca right now?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yorkshire pudding.
putting some Brussels sprouts in a taco.
Yeah.
Sounds
With a bit of
good.
spice on it to make it, Mexican.
Mexican, yeah.
I also got a great just video from our friend Crystal / Colin. And it's a video of them at the Hadrian's Wall County line. And my response was, don't cross it.
Can I see the video? I haven't seen this. Oh, I mean, it almost looks like a 28 Days Later-esque immigration line.
It does. It's got, shades of kind of border, zombie apocalypse border thing.
Yeah. Side note, by the way, I got told I've got a work Christmas party next week. It's bowling.
Ooh.
And then I got told today that we've been asked to wear
Christmas jumpers.
ugly Christmas sweaters. And I just said, absolutely not.
I'm so on your wave.
Yeah.
I said, absolutely not. That's not my brand.
No,
Yeah.
me neither. I wore earrings with Happy Christmas on them.
That's
that was
something.
that was it, because I hate Christmas jumpers.
Yeah.
I think they're awful. Not spending my money on one.
No.
You got orchid LED lights to buy with that money.
They were expensive. They're not real orchids, and they didn't describe them as that. I was just trying to think how to tell
Oh,
you.
we'll describe
I've
them
just
once we see
Googled
them.
orchid LED light.
Yeah, let's see what we see.
I'm picturing this, but coming out of the ceiling. This is a literal
Don't be so
orchid,
ridiculous.
a fake
You're
orchid.
the one who said orchid LED light.
Yes,
I googled orchid LED.
ceiling light.
Well, she's going to get her phone, isn't she?
Where is she? Where are you
She's gonna
going?
go prove a point.
Where are you going?
Get my phone.
Also, Ben, just while she's gone, I will tell you that she's keeping up with the tradition of leaving used tissues in every possible
Every crevice.
nook and cranny that she can find in the house. Okay, Ben, describe it. Describe it to the listeners.
Wow. I had not anticipated this. It looks like a squiggly starfish fan.
Oh, okay. I kind of see what you're talking about. Jesus.
But it looks like a squiggly starfish.
It looks like a starfish.
There are two of those because it's a big room.
You bought
Well,
two.
yeah, Paula's picking up 2 chandeliers, so you had to replace them with something.
Her name's Dawn, actually, but I don't know her. Laura!
Right, if you want to get in touch, do give us a shout on Instagram. You can email us at...
You're welcome, americapodcast@gmail.com.
Please, look, end of the year gift, rate and review us. Come on, do it.
And we're back. Up first, Ben is doing our UK topic, which I think is a surprise to Laura.
Oh.
So tell us, what are you discussing?
Well, first of all, I will say I'm one gin and tonic in and I'm really feeling it. So we're gonna have fun. It's that time of year again. We're drawing to the end. I want to just cozy in, maybe watch something on the telly. I don't know what's on TV at the moment, so I'm gonna have to buy the Radio Times. My topic today is the Radio Times, quite specifically the bumper edition,
The Crimbo.
Crimbo Radio Times.
Now, why is it as soon as you say that, I think, I'm walking in the air?
I think because, every year... Well, first of all, the Radio Times, it was started in 1923. Fine, whatever.
For the radio.
For the radio. Here's the thing. Every year for the Christmas bumper edition of the Radio Times, for US listeners, it's a TV guide that tells you all the listings. It always has like a fun, festive picture in the front. So it would quite often
Usually
be the
a tree.
snowman, a tree,
Yeah.
snowman, something like that. What
Yeah.
do you think it is this year?
Ooh, well, cost of living.
Cost of living
Half
crisis.
a tree, a mini tree, a tree stump.
Someone sitting with one of those slippers that you put both feet in and you can't walk.
What?
That's heated.
What?
Interesting. On the cover of the Radio Times bumper festive edition this year,
We've lost her.
Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, lovely.
Classic.
What are you talking about?
I'll show you in a minute.
Oh, God.
So Wallace and Gromit in a sort of gadgety Santa Claus, Father Christmas for UK listeners, sleigh, carrying presents. So here's what we're going to do, everyone.
Okay.
We're going to go through the Christmas listings for BBC One.
Okay.
This December 25th.
Just BBC One?
Just BBC One.
Okay.
I think let's just go prime.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about each thing. And then we can talk about our days, of what we might be getting up to, what we might be eating, and what we might have done in Christmas has gone past. Okay, so there's all kinds of different things, but I think things really get going at 10:15 a.m. on BBC One this Christmas Day, Wednesday, 25th of December 2024, with Christmas morning service from Halifax Minster.
Halifax Minster.
Yeah.
What? Oh, right. Sorry, I thought that was a place, but it's from the Halifax.
The Minster
Yes,
in
yes.
Halifax.
Right. I was like, Kidderminster. Okay. Well, that sounds lovely.
Yeah.
So we can listen to some hymns.
Here's the thing, I actually wouldn't mind on Christmas morning just having some hymns kind of just playing.
Oh, religious is she?
You know, Trump's America. You gotta just, play your cards right.
We would always just have, back in the day, my granddad had some cassette tapes of kind of
Carols.
crooners doing carols, and that was always our background sound in the morning.
Yeah, that was nice.
Like Nat King Cole and like Bing Crosby and all that jazz.
My dad was and still is a sort of Ella Fitzgerald fan.
Ooh.
So the Ella's, in fact, I'll play it when you come around for holiday drinks this Sunday.
Nice.
I'll be playing Ella's Swinging Christmas.
That sounds good.
It is really good.
Yeah.
Ella and Louis together quite often.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then around 10:15, not to derail us already, but around 10:15, maybe about 2 years running, that was about the time that you sat me and Elliot down and told us that we'd ruined Christmas. Do you remember those 2 years?
Ruined Christmas?
Yeah, those are your exact words. I remember them like
How
it's yesterday.
did you ruin it? What did you do?
Because we were both really hungover from going out in Norwich the night
Yes.
before, and you came down, you stormed into the living room where we both were like curled up in these armchairs, not speaking, and you said you two have ruined Christmas.
I don't remember that at all. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, isn't that funny? What's on? We're only at 10:15 a.m.
10:15 a.m. So also, I'm probably eating one of my grand's bacon and egg rolls that she's pre-made, and then you put them in the aga. You have one. Yeah, I'll probably have two.
Aga.
That's that. So I mean, there's different things going on. There is a show this year at 2:35 p.m. called Tiddler, which is about an animated fish, and I believe what's her name's in it. Hannah
Waddingham. Oh yeah. Tiddler.
Tiddler. It's about a fish.
You
like
gonna
a tiddler.
you gonna be tuning into Tiddler, Mum?
Certainly not.
Well, I wonder. It's at 2:35 at 3 p.m. It's just listed here as The King.
It's his first year,
the
isn't it?
first year of the King's speech.
What happened last year?
Well, that's what I was about to ask you, because I can't think or remember.
Did they not do one last year?
Yeah, but
Wait a minute, hang on.
I know.
Well, if you Google the King's speech, all you're gonna get is that movie.
Queen's. All right, I'll do Queen's speech 2023. Yeah, no, Charles did do a speech last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shows you how interested I am.
So obviously that does take us down the path of the alternative Christmas message, which we have talked about before in this podcast, which is on Channel 4, beginning in night. Also, backing up, US listeners, it's tradition that the Queen/King do a 10-minute speech on Christmas Day to address the nation.
It's very formal and weird, and none of it means anything.
They're always like seated near a piano in a room with a living room in a castle with a fire ablaze, and there's often some flowers around and maybe some photographs in frames.
Yeah.
And they talk about...
They do very vague speeches about like moving forward into a new year of possibility. It doesn't mean anything.
So beginning in 1993, Channel 4 started to broadcast an alternative Christmas message.
I feel like it was always Sharon Osbourne.
Well, that's the only one I can remember. Apparently we had Quentin Crisp, Bridget Bardot, Ali G.
Oh, of course.
We've had Sharon Osbourne. We've had Marge Simpson. Jamie Oliver.
Oh, God.
Then we also had Danny Dyer. We had a deep fake of the Queen. 2021, Tom Daly.
That.
And then last year was Stephen Fry. Talking of. So yeah, there we go.
He lived next door to some friends of ours.
What Stephen Fry did?
Yeah, well, his parents did.
Okay,
In
so
North
he didn't.
Norfolk. Yeah, right next door.
Everyone's got a connection to Stephen Fry in Norfolk and Delia Smith.
Yeah.
So 3 p.m. is just The King.
Okay.
3:10 p.m. The Weakest Link Christmas Special.
Wow. Who hosts the Weakest Link these days? Still
Great
Anne?
question. No, it's Romish. What's his name?
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't-
Ragathathan.
I can't say that.
That's because you're racist.
Yeah.
Laura's business.
So it's them doing it. And then also, never guess where it's filmed.
Pinewood.
Glasgow.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah.
Media Hub.
At that drafty Pacific Key studio.
I like him. He's funny.
Then we've got
I do too.
Strictly Come Dancing Christmas Special. Will you be watching that?
Who are you
I don't
rooting
watch
for this year?
television on Christmas Day at all.
That is true. We never watched it on
No.
Christmas Day
I
as a
didn't really
family.
either.
We never have.
I would set like what was that number you put in
Yeah.
to record things in your VCR?
Was it something plus? Video
Yeah,
plus?
Video Plus.
Yeah.
Christmas
Yeah.
Day.
It
We
wasn't-
never put it on even, did
Yeah.
we?
We would only ever use the TV if we'd got a new console.
Oh,
A new game. Me and my
that's
brother
true.
would go and play a game in the
Yeah.
in the little room, as we called it, which is not the same as the living room.
No,
What's
Any-
little?
yeah, it was little.
Yeah, it was little.
Anyway,
Okay, so we've got the Strictly Come Dancing Christmas Special. Then we've got Doctor Who: Joy to the World, which I'm guessing is some Doctor Who special.
how do you feel about Doctor Who?
Oh, I can't. I have no feeling.
Now you're talking the truth.
Never seen it. Not interested.
At 6:10 p.m. Very specific.
EastEnders?
with the
Oh, no, that
times.
will be after
No, not
8.
yet. 6:10 p.m. Christmas Day, BBC One. It's a new Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, lovely.
I'd be up for that.
Also, trying to sit down for 6:10 is so specific.
I know. Well, I guess let's aim for 6. It's on at 6, knowing that everyone's going to take a minute.
True.
Yeah.
Takes 10 minutes to traipse to the television to watch Wallace and Gromit.
Take your Christmas cracker hat off.
Oh no, keep it on. Fall asleep in it. Very like my uncle wearing like a checkered formal shirt, maybe some corduroy,
Yeah.
and like falling asleep in a chair with his arms folded, furrowed
that hat.
brow, with the hat on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad was the last man
Yeah.
standing in our house
Oh, yeah?
every year.
What was he drinking?
With the hat on. Baileys mostly, starting
Mum
about...
and Grandad used to get shit faced on Christmas Day. Everyone else, my dad, my grandma, like even when me and my brother are old enough to drink, we wouldn't do it. The two of them would go and play darts in the conservatory
Yeah.
and get
In our dressing
in their
gowns.
dressing gowns and get absolutely
Didn't bother
shit
getting
faced.
dressed till lunchtime.
That's
And while
fine.
my
Yeah.
mum and my husband were cooking the dinner.
Yeah,
We had nothing
Nan
to do
and,
with
Nan
it.
and Dad cooked everything, and Mum
We
and
used to
Grandad
play
would
darts,
get
tell
shit faced.
jokes,
That's fun.
and drink Baileys.
A real role reversal from the traditions
Yeah,
there.
completely.
I like it.
I'm quite big on dressing up for lunch. I think everyone should be in a shirt and some nice.
Yeah,
We used to do that.
Yeah, we
we
would-
always used to put nice clothes
Yeah,
on.
I remember there was
eventually.
I remember there was a big rigmarole around a certain point where we had to start getting people into the bathroom. Get
Yeah.
moving,
get
because we
moving.
only had one bathroom.
Yeah, we did.
For a lot of people.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Why did we only have one bathroom in that house? That was so stupid.
Very UK though.
Yeah.
Okay, 7:30 EastEnders.
Yeah, EastEnders
Never
Christmas special.
seen it.
You've never seen a single episode
Not
of EastEnders?
at all. Laura's business.
Oh god, she's almost done with her gin.
I know.
She's got a glass
No
of her
Coronation
wine.
Street.
Mum's got 2 drinks surrounding her. She's clutching that wine with a real, like
think
she's about to smash it in
it's like
Ben's
my-
face.
It's like
Red
bloody Christmas Day in
nails.
here, isn't it? 8 p.m. Call the Midwife Christmas Special Part 1.
I had to watch Call the Midwife for this job that I worked on once, for that show about TV shows. And honestly, I had a pretty good time watching it. I was so resentful, and at the end of the episode, I thought, this is some pretty good television. It's very annoying.
Yeah, I bet.
There's a lot of women riding bicycles being annoying.
Are you,
in it.
have you, where are you?
Yeah,
with-
what do you feel
Never
about Call the
seen that,
Midwife?
is it?
She's never seen it.
Nah.
9 p.m.
Too busy watching clips of The Voice on YouTube.
Kids.
Remember how I mocked her for that and she got really defensive about it? And then just before you came over, all I could hear coming out of her iPad was someone talking about Michael Bublé judging The Voice.
And a child singing, "We're walking in the air."
I wanted to see it. It came up as to who won. That's why I was looking.
9 p.m. It's the big one. Gavin and Stacey, the finale.
Oh,
What? As in
there's
they-
so much talk about.
Oh,
this.
as in they brought it back to do it
Yes.
again? Well,
Yeah.
someone's got to...
But then it's strange. So we had 7:30 p.m. EastEnders, then 10:35 p.m. EastEnders.
Oh, it must be a 2-parter.
Yeah, and then 11:05 p.m. it's Mrs. Brown's Boys Christmas Special.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
What a terrible evening. What a laborious day.
Then we've got BBC News and Weather at 11:55 p.m.
Yeah.
Just as the last gasps of Christmas Day are happening. It is something called On Christmas Night. Don't know what that is. But then, you know what we're staying up for? Midnight, the movie Marry Me.
Well, J-Lo's movie.
J-Lo movie, Marry Me, say yes. On this
So EastEnders on Christmas Day, they'll still be doing the same format, which is to shout everything angrily. Laura's business. They never talk, they just shout.
It's a time of...
I thought you said you'd never seen it.
They're just, well, every time you see a clip,
she's
they're
seen
all
clips.
shouting. I don't even know
She's
a
seen
single
clips.
person who's in it.
So what is the US equivalent of
Of the Radio Times.
Radio Times.
I'm quite specifically the Christmas bumper Radio Times, which traditionally you would get and you would highlight things. I've got an answer
Oh,
for you.
you have to really make that clear that you would. Some people would go and sit through with a highlighter pen and highlight what they wanted to watch on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
What?
That's your grandmother.
Oh.
And she doesn't use a highlighter pen.
What does
she
she
uses
use?
an ordinary pen. And when she sees something she likes, she ticks it 3 to 4 times against it on both sides of it. And I have asked her why, and she said, I don't know.
Right. Got it.
Yeah, actually, she is the one that we really should have asked about this because I bet she's got a full plan for Christmas Day. I bet she's already quadruple ticked in the Daily Mail redacted TV Christmas bumper edition.
In between eating a little bit of fish?
Yes,
Apparently,
eating
half a
half a branzino.
Yeah, because what are you having for Christmas lunch this year?
Sea bass stuffed with prawns in a champagne sauce.
Right.
Yeah, and according to another FaceTime call that I overheard, my grandma misunderstood and they only bought one instead of 2. So Mum and Nan are sharing a sea bass. Half a sea bass on
It
Christmas
sounds
Day.
very like...
Oliver Twist.
It
Yeah.
sounds very like Tesco finest
Yeah.
meal, doesn't it? Prepackaged meal.
But through the lens of the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
It's going to be lean this Christmas, Brenda.
Oh, just one prawn, Laura. I'll have the rest for you.
Mum, you have that. Mum, you sit by the fire and eat that last prawn.
You have that branzino. Any more champagne sauce? Oh.
Turn off that orchid LED light.
Wasting electricity.
Oh. So I think that the US equivalent of the Radio Times Christmas bumper edition is TV Guide. I think it's just called TV Guide.
Yeah.
Meets the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is high concept.
Yeah.
But I'll take it.
Yeah.
Laura, thoughts?
Don't have any because I've never heard of it.
All right. Like she's never seen EastEnders. Liar.
I know, it's such a
No,
liar.
I literally
A
haven't.
liar.
She also wouldn't let us watch Grange Hill growing up.
No,
Grinch
too
Hills
rough.
was so good.
Too rough.
I just said no. Bad influence.
You also didn't like Biker Grove either.
No,
I watched all of them, though, behind her back.
Yeah, those are the best.
I've never
Yeah.
seen Coronation Street,
God.
EastEnders. What else?
Emmerdale.
No, I don't know anything about those. The only one we used to watch was Neighbours. And we all used to watch it together. Or you, me, and
I'm
anyway.
gonna refresh my drink.
Yeah, let's take a break.
And we are back. So we've just heard a story about Laura shrinking a cashmere jumper in a spinner or something.
At a
In a
laundrette.
In a laundrette.
And setting fire to it.
Northgate Street.
Oh, Northgate Street. That's the Great Yarmouth. Speaking of our last topic.
I've had
Yes.
some mini cheddars, red Leicester flavour. And we've talked about how this little bag of mini cheddars you could put in the oven and make a tiny, tiny
Little keyring. A little shrinky dink keyring.
Stringy dink keyring, but only if you like got a hole punch and
Yes.
you punch through. Right. I'm on my second gin. Cheers, Laura.
Cheers.
I've stopped drinking.
So we've already done our UK topic. Oh, that's a strong gin.
Yeah. I brought that can of tonic.
No, I've
so you
already
could
put that
some-
in. Oh, I'm gonna put some more in.
You keep going. Fucking
Hell, hang on. Right, so we've done our UK topic. It's time to do our US topic. Fraser and Laura,
Yeah.
what is it?
It's our first repeat topic.
We've talked.
Just like the Radio Times repeats.
things.
We thought we'd
yeah.
follow a theme.
Okay, got it. I mean, we've talked through everything in the world.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
So we're going to take a little trip, and this time, it's been recorded. Everyone strap in. Laura, explain where we're going and what we're doing.
We're going to the Grove.
Can you talk in like a normal volume voice?
We're going to the Grove. And we're going to have a look at the lights and all the Christmassy bits. And then we're going to the Cheesecake Factory for a meal. What else do you want me to say with that shoved there?
Okay, so your topic is
It's the Cheesecake Factory.
Again. So, but here's the
there's
thing.
more. I've got a whole.
Oh no, I know, but
I've
this
got
is
a
a
whole
very
series.
this is a very specific trip to the Cheesecake Factory because it's a festive trip.
Yeah, we went to the festive Grove. Well, we haven't quite got there yet, so let's let's continue the journey. We're nearly at the Grove. We just passed a restaurant on Beverly called Burger She Wrote. Thoughts? That's dumb.
Thoughts of what? Burger She Wrote? What murder she wrote? Miss Marple.
What?
That's Murder She Wrote, isn't it? No, Agatha Christie.
No. No.
Yes.
Nope. No.
Murder She Wrote.
Angela Lansbury.
That's it.
That's not what I'm asking you. I was asking what you thought about the pun Burger She Wrote.
Immediately, it was so insignificant. Murder She Wrote came into my head.
Well, that's the pun.
It's stupid.
Oof.
I haven't heard that. Did you hear the indicator going?
I ticked.
I did.
Okay, so we arrived. We basically took a very festive trip to the Grove.
Okay.
They obviously had all their decorations up, and we decided we wanted to have a nice Christmassy meal at the Cheesecake Factory. So let's. Now we've arrived. I think every person in the world is here today. This is awful.
I think it's great.
30-minute wait for the Cheesecake Factory.
Not bad.
So
I
we're
was expecting more.
So we're going to walk around the Grove, and hopefully it'll snow.
I don't think it does that on the 10th. I think they might wait till about the 20th to do that.
Mum, to say what you said again about the snow at the Grove.
It would cost too much for the helicopters to drop it for a month.
So you think the snow at the Grove is dropped by helicopters?
I don't know how else they do it.
Okay.
I thought of it blowing up and thought it can't. That's got to come down.
We're just going to pause there and think about how Mum genuinely was trying to work out how they do the fake snow at the Grove, and she thought, well, they can't do it all month of December because the helicopters drop it.
Yeah, and the
Might
cost
be
of
too
those
expensive.
helicopters, yeah.
And I said, they don't... It's not like someone doing like crop irrigation, like crop spraying. They don't... If they did it like that, they really could only afford to do it like once for the entire festive season. It would also be quite intense if you dropped a load of snow from a helicopter. Also,
Yeah.
I don't think helicopters could fly that low over the Grove without like freaking everyone out.
No.
Also, the snow wouldn't even go down because it would just blow everywhere.
Although, fun fact, well, not so fun fact, unfun fact, LAPD has the most helicopters of any police force in the world.
Yeah.
I think it's something like 16.
Yeah,
So
and
that's
they're
why
point-
just
and they're pointless.
Yeah, and they don't do any. They've done lots of studies. They don't do anything
Yeah,
to deter
they
crime.
they have no impact on
It's all for
crime.
show, but it feels right for this town, you know.
It does.
Okay. We're in the farmers market at the Grove. Say what you just said.
It's not dissimilar to Norwich Street Market that's there all the time, all year round. Very similar, except it has much narrower lanes. But it has all the different...
And American people.
Well... But it has all the different food.
And people of actual different ethnicities, not just white.
That's not true anymore.
Okay. The Cheesecake Factory at the Grove is hell on earth. Hell on earth. All right, what did you order to drink?
Mojito.
Okay, and what have you ordered to eat?
Crab wontons and stuffed mushrooms. And I'm eating a piece of the bread and it's so chewy it's made my jaw ache.
Oh, there we go.
And Bordeaux said the same.
There was quite a kerfuffle waiting for our table, which involved Mum almost going to tell the hostess at the stand that she thought the system was crap. Oh, look, it's snowing outside. The fake snow's happening, look. Okay, one final note. Laura, thoughts on your meal and what happened at the end?
My meal was extremely nice. I enjoyed it. I think there's so much choice that I always want a mixture because there's too many things that I like there because they have an extensive menu. And what happened at the end? You went to the toilet.
Yeah, I was also going
No, you stealing.
Oh.
She didn't steal.
Go on.
I took the bread that we were given, but I had to wrap it in one of their proper napkins, so I stole the napkin.
There it is. On tape. Where do I go? Accepting unfair.
Carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck Beverly. Oh.
I love how any trip in LA involves at the end just trying to get out.
Me just saying fuck Beverly because we didn't want to drive along Beverly.
Now, I know you all think I'm a posh snob, but I really do approve of taking leftovers. I don't like waste. And if that involves taking a little napkin, well, that's part of the...
It's the only place I've ever been anywhere in the world that have a drinks menu with no prices.
Yeah, it was really weird.
There were no prices?
No.
The cocktails had no prices on them,
None
which
at
I've never
all.
noticed before.
I've never seen that. But
So when Bordeaux asked, he said, "Oh, it's between this and this."
what?
Yeah,
So
it was,
there's nothing specific
it was
to
very
do with
shady.
each drink.
Well, Mum, do your
Very confused by
Mum,
that.
do your complaint about the Cheesecake Factory kind of entering the restaurant and getting to a table because she was getting furious.
I was too.
Wait, so you've put your name down, you've been called back?
Yes.
Put your name down at the front desk
Yeah.
at the bottom of the
Did you
stairs.
Get given a buzzer?
Got putting my number in, so they text me to
Right.
say come back.
Said
So-
it'd be about 30 minutes
it
and
was
then
fine. It
got
was.
the call back and we went in.
So we went up the stairs. She said, "I'll go up and like
Joined
basi-
another queue.
She basically, hold on. She basically said, check in with the hostess at the stand. So I said, I'm check in. It's Frazer, table for 3. She said, okay, just stand over there, please. And then we basically had to wait until the table was free. But
That was another 20 minutes
old,
plus.
she was getting irate.
That is a weird system.
Well, it's not a system, is it?
No.
The system is they call you back in and it's ready.
Yeah, I agree.
Not they call you back in to wait 20 to 25 minutes.
I gotta say, she's right.
I don't disagree with what she's saying there in that respect. But what I do disagree with is how she said she was going to go and tell them their system was crap because
I didn't say crap, I said shit.
Okay.
Crap's being quite nice.
Yeah.
Shit's how I felt.
How was your mojito?
Very nice. Yeah, I didn't get the skinny, I got the real
why would you?
the real deal. What's the
You're gonna
point?
do it, do
Yeah.
it.
And Mum had
Despite not knowing what they cost.
a giant plate of crab wontons.
I got 2 starters because
Yeah. And
Crab
4
wonton, what was the other one?
stuffed mushrooms.
Stuffed mushrooms. Delicious.
I'd have one of your crab wontons.
Yeah,
for sure. I'd
really
have a
nice. You
nibble
could
of
have done if you were
those,
there
yeah.
because there were rather a lot.
What did you have, Fraser?
I had this chicken that had parmesan on it, and it came with mashed potato and green beans. So weirdly, not that good choice.
What did Bordeaux have?
What did he have?
He had a pasta dish.
Oh, he had a skinny pasta.
Oh, you would never order a pasta.
No.
I mean, you might have look. You might have a lasagna.
I would have the chicken, the Milanese, the one that comes, the breaded chicken that comes on top of like pasta and tomato sauce. I'd have that.
I was going to have the shrimp and lemon, which was a main course, but I fancied 2 and I knew it would be about the same.
Fancy.
I just like a chicken club sandwich from there with avocado and some sweet potato fries.
But there's a huge menu.
I know.
I think
Notoriously.
it's almost too big.
I know, that's why I have to go in with a plan. When it snowed, what was the snow like? Did you go outside and experience it?
No, I have. We actually, I say actually all the time. We did experience it last time we were here.
Yeah.
And we stood out there. So you've never felt the snow at the Grove
No.
before? It's,
I've only ever felt real snow when I've gone skiing or to the
Just
mountains.
on your ass when you fall over.
No, I don't fall when Laura, I do not fall when I ski.
Laura's business.
So what's fake snow like compared to real snow?
Warmer.
Yeah, there you go.
Daft question.
Daft.
daft.
Real daft
She's
question.
daft, isn't she?
I will say the world was at the Grove that night. It was so busy.
It was packed.
It was
No, but
so busy.
And there were people
Yeah.
on the tram that goes around just in this tiny little area.
The tram is horrific.
And saying, now we're going past the Cheesecake Factory. And I thought, you could walk past that, you morons.
It's also like, how novel is this? We're getting on public transport
Yeah.
as if it's like a novel ride.
I know.
It's really depressing.
It is
go around to see
depressing.
the Nike store. Ooh, how
Yeah.
festive. So yeah, we went back to the Cheesecake Factory. Had a great time.
So Laura, my question
nice.
for you is, what do you think the UK equivalent of the Cheesecake Factory is?
And I have the previous thing from when we did it last
let's-
time, which
let's-
is it was
Which I don't remember or know.
yeah, I didn't
so,
either.
so I'd like.
So
yeah,
I've
I'd like
thought
baffling.
about this afternoon
Okay,
or this
good.
evening,
She had a busy day.
and my only one I can come up with, but it's not fantastic, but it's the only one, is
Okay.
Weatherspoons.
Do you know what?
Because they have an extensive menu. They have all different buildings all over the country that are
it's kind of beloved.
they vary as to what they look like.
I think that's pretty good.
way better than what we came up with, you and me.
Because also
Okay.
Weatherspoons, you could get food, you
Yeah.
could get drink.
Yeah.
You go there for like a merry time. Whether it's
It's always busy.
yeah, always busy. Whether it's the World Cup's on or it's like I don't know a bank holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what did
Anything.
we
Less
say?
of a baffling system
it's
there.
called
More of an
spoons.
annoying system where you have to go up and order everything at the bar in a Weatherspoons.
That's
I don't think
true.
I've ever.
No, not anymore. There's QRs on every table.
Bet there are.
Oh, and you
The
order,
codes.
you just order at your table.
at your table now.
How fabulous. And
Yeah.
the drinks just come.
I've done that.
And haven't they stopped?
dangerous.
They. I mean, I don't think they ever. Haven't they stopped serving champagne, like French champagne? They only serve English champagne there. I heard that.
That sounds about right. It
I
isn't the
think
guy that
that's a
isn't the
good
guy
idea.
that
Super
the guy that
Brexit.
runs
No, it's not a good action.
Yes,
No.
it is.
why?
It's disgusting.
Just be British.
Oh my god.
Just have one gin and tonic.
Just be British.
Just be British.
Just be British.
We said Harvester, and then I said mixed with Zach's in Norwich and Old Orleans. We said three places
You
in
always
one.
bring up Old Orleans and Zach's. No, I'm just like
I go to Zach's regularly.
you
It's
just
about
still there, still
it's
there.
about-
You just punched me in the face.
There's a Zach's about 200 meters from where I work.
I gotta say that's a very good UK equivalent that you've come up with. I'm very
Thank you very
impressed.
But now I
much.
want to know what we said the US equivalent of Weatherspoons was. Uh-oh.
Have we done Weatherspoons?
Yeah, we sure have.
Spoons.
I don't think I've ever been to Weatherspoons. Is
God,
that right?
well, we definitely had that conversation. 'Cause
I do
called you
remember-
I called you a damn liar in that segment.
No, hang on. I do remember. Isn't there Weatherspoons in
Soho.
Soho?
Yes.
Right on.
It's got two entrances.
and
One.
China- Yes.
Yes.
I've gone to that Weatherspoons
Uh-huh.
specifically to pick you up.
Okay.
The UK equivalent
Of?
of the Cheesecake Factory is Weatherspoons, known affectionately as Spoons.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Just be British.
Jesus Christ. So
What an episode.
after the magic of editing, you might not hear the 7 hours that we've been sitting here listening
But
to.
you might want to.
Oh Jesus Christ, she's so loud.
I think that was a
You
great
just told
episode.
me I'm never loud enough.
I know
I think
you
that was
really.
a great episode.
Yeah, I think
will
it-
say we really covered a lot of it.
We did, didn't we?
We
really
covered a lot
did.
of culture.
Good
Your
stuff.
true colours came out
Yeah.
and you
Did
said,
they?
why shouldn't everything be
Be
English?
Be British.
Be British.
Be British.
said it as a
Be
joke.
British. Well, it didn't come across.
Yeah,
Sometimes
you
the
know
best
I
jokes are the ones that are true.
emphasised.
you
And
know?
I learned that you
Okay.
set Dad's cashmere jumper on fire in 1975 or whenever that was.
In between recordings, you threatened me about me mocking your DVT.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Mum and Ben have had maybe 3 separate fights off mic that haven't been captured.
What you don't know since then is I've had conjunctivitis.
We don't have time.
And that's
we
why
simply
I've got
don't
no
have time.
makeup on. Do you know, have you noticed I keep going like that on this eye?
I thought that was just like to keep your brain going or something. Just to like, you know. Well, anyway, thank you.
Ben's closed his laptop.
Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for supporting. Please give us an end of year rating and
Yes,
reviewing.
please.
So wait, what else can we say? Email us.
Yeah, you're welcome, AmericaPodcast@gmail.com.
We don't know what it is yet, but we will do another spin-off very, very soon.
Yeah, something's coming in the new year.
I think
It won't be
maybe-
Drag Race UK.
No, we
know that much.
I think maybe the Osbournes.
Oh, we have had this conversation a million times as well.
What?
But I know, but we never do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, we're doing the
In
Osbournes.
2025, we're going to do a spin-off.
Crazy. That's how it goes.
Millions of people.
It's my birthday.
Ozzy, put Jackie Boy down. Minnie.
So yeah, you're welcome.
Just be British.
You are right up Main Street.
Oh, you can't make me choose.
Igo by Toyota sponsors T4.
Fuck me, Lee Ryan's 13.
Marlene.
I remember we couldn't remember the word for table.